Hello there. Welcome to my page, to my channel, wherever you are seeing this video. But more than likely, it is on Aries all over the place. So, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you've been following my page, you know that I'm all over the place, hence the name. So, I talk about all types of different things, travel, my dating life, shows that I like to watch, and the reviews. And today I'm here to talk to you more about my journey to motherhood, single motherhood by choice, that is. So, you all previously saw a video where I was visiting my first fertility consultation at a fertility clinic here in the metro Atlanta area. And all went well. It was a great consultation, but it is really important in this journey that you shop around, find the best place for you, because this is a huge step that you're taking, a huge cost financially. So you got to find the right fit for you. I have been shopping around. I actually had an appointment today with another fertility clinic, and I will share those details with you guys later, just like I did the last time. I will say that I did get a little bit more insight with this clinic on the process, how it works. I will be talking to their financial department soon to talk about the cost and all that good stuff, the money. But yeah, so today though, I am here to talk to you guys about why I came to this decision to take the journey to single motherhood by choice. I'm also recording on Loom, so it's so that I can, be able to see my notes on my phone while I talk to you guys. But yeah, so let's get into it and talk about it, because I'm sure a lot of y'all are like, why would she do that? Like, who chooses to be a single mother by choice? Well, lots of people do. And there's lots of people who have the same, thoughts that I do, especially at this age, at the age of 40. Yeah. And I have no regrets about the way that I'm thinking. I have a great support system. My parents support me, my sister supports me, my extended family supports me. Everybody knows my plan, and they are very, very much supportive. So I'm super excited to embark on this journey. So the first thing I said when I made the post the last time in the video was, I am not pregnant yet. So if you see me looking a little fat, don't be saying nothing, asking me no questions. Okay. I'm not there yet. We got a long journey to go. Okay. So hopefully you will see me looking real skinny soon, because that is also part of the journey, is to make sure that my vessel is healthy for my baby. I am improving and, getting things in order that need to be in order with me, especially being type 1 diabetic. That is very important that I, prepare my womb to be a safe space for my future baby. So we are on that journey as well. But yeah, don't be asking me no questions. Just wait until one day. Who knows? It could be this year, next year, the year after that, or never. Okay, but just wait until you actually see a pregnancy announcement from me, or coming soon. I'm already looking at, Pinterest and different ways to announce um, gender neutrality. Is that a word? Because I have an idea for my close friends that I want to do for a gender reveal, but I don't want that to be disposed, or is that, again, I'm having a hard time with my words today. Um, I don't want that to be disclosed. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. I don't want that to be disclosed until after I have my fun donor slash gender reveal party with my friends. So yeah. So anyways, let's talk about some things. So I'm going to get into my notes here. My phone is giving me a hard time per usual. It's just spinning. So we'll wait. All right, so let's talk about it. So, first and foremost, I have always desired to be a mother. I worked with kids for a very long time, lots of kids at one time, and I'm talking toddlers, right? And I just have a real passion for children. I love kids, I love working with kids, and I've always just in my mind have wanted to be a mother. Some women, they always desire to be married or have a husband, and, kids are optional for them. Or, for me, it's the other way around. Like, if I get a husband, cool. If not, I'll be okay. But I don't think that I would be fulfilled in my life if I did not experience motherhood. Okay. So again, all women are different. All women have their different desires. Not to say I don't desire a family and I don't desire to have a loving husband in my life. Of course, who wouldn't? Even though lately I've been kind of getting away from the idea of marriage, legal marriage at 40 years old. But that's just me. Again, everybody's got their thing, but that's just me. I can 100% admit that I desire a wedding. I desire a ring. I sure do. Who doesn't? The dress, all the things. But when I sit and think about it, do I desire to be legally bound to someone for the rest of my life? I don't know that to be the case. Now, would I jump the broom with somebody? Absolutely. Commitment ceremony? Sure. But on paper, at this point, when I've been doing it all by myself all this time, okay, paying these bills all by myself all this time, I just don't. I just don't see it. I just don't. But who knows? Again, my mind could change. Who knows? But again, with the money that's going to be dropped for this process to happen, because I'm going to talk about the different options there are. Well, y'all know from my last video, I broke down the different options that they gave between IUI, IVF. Yeah. So all of that. But, and let me say too, first I'm getting a dog. So before a baby come, I'm getting me a puppy. So that will be my baby for a while. Then after I have my dog, I might be like, it's enough. I might not want no kid. Who knows? But I am exploring all avenues. And I did mention that in the caption of my last video when I posted it on Instagram, that I'm exploring everything. So not just, IUI or IVF and actually giving birth. But if it doesn't work out, which there's very well chances that it may not, I have to be okay with that. And I am 100% open to adoption. I'm open to surrogacy. I'm open to, did I say adoption already? Yes, adoption, fostering, whatever. I'm open to that because there's so many kids out there and so many children who need loving homes. And I would be more than happy to be that for them. I have gotten on webinars and information sessions about fostering to adopt already. So that's something that, is definitely a possibility that I may do before I have a kid. I may foster a child. I got to a point where I was I was ready to push the button and say, hey, send them babies my way. I won't send them over here. But I had to, reel myself in and say, Erica, think about that for a second before you just go volunteering and offering to take in children. But yeah, all possibilities, because I have to be super realistic, not just as a 40-year-old woman, but just as a woman in general who's never been pregnant before, who's never tested her fertility before, who's never, other than egg counts, I have had my eggs counted. But as someone who's never experienced pregnancy or miscarriage or any of those things, I don't know what my body can do. It could work very well to where I have one IUI process and boom, I'm pregnant with a healthy baby. Or it could be the opposite to where I can't get pregnant. I don't know. So I have to be realistic to, know that this process, this journey will take time, a lot of money, and there's a chance that nothing will come of it. And I got to be okay with that. Okay. So there's that. Now let's talk about why I came to this. Well, let's talk more about when I decided. Okay. So of course, as women, we all have a biological clock, right? I feel that with that biological clock, we take on a lot of BS. We accept a lot of bullshit from a lot of motherfuckers in the dating scene because we want a family. We want kids. We want the white picket fence, scenario. So we'll do whatever we got to do to find that man or have that man find us or whatever you believe. And we'll settle for a lot of crap, right? And I too have settled for a lot of crap in order to have that in my life. And at the time, I'll never forget it. I still see it very vividly like it was yesterday. I was doing some online dating a few years ago, and I was at work, and a guy that I had been communicating with just on the app just got super weird out of nowhere. Like it was so strange. It literally had me shaking at work. Like I was like shaking because I was so uncomfortable by this man's behavior. So I was like, I'm done with that. I'm not doing no more online dating. I'm through with it. Like, this is too much. This is stressing me out more than it should. I'm through. I'm done. Okay. So I was sitting in my office at work and I literally said, you know what? I feel like I'm doing this because I'm constantly thinking about my biological clock. I'm constantly thinking about having a baby. And I was like, I don't need these men to do that. I can do this on my own. And I couldn't wait to get off work that day, to the point where I was sitting in the parking lot at work in my car, hadn't even left work yet. And I called my mother and I said, I think I've decided that I want to explore getting a sperm donor and having a baby that way. And her exact words were, go for it. And really, y'all, the only approval I'll be needing is my mama. Okay? Anybody, y'all can have your opinions. You can. But once my mama say it's cool, I don't need nobody else's opinion. So she said that, and then I hit up some of my friends and told them, and they all were like, go for it, girl. Like, you, like, so supportive. And I was like, okay, well, maybe this is what's meant to be, what's supposed to happen, right? I kid you not, that same day, I ended up getting a message from another gentleman who was a really good guy, by the way. Another gentleman who I was dating off the app at the time. And he had asked me out on a date. So I was like, well, maybe I ain't all the way done. You know what I'm saying? But again, he's a great guy. I won't say his name or say who he is, but he already had children and he wasn't interested in having any more. So there's that. You know, you can't force somebody to have more kids than they already got. So it didn't work out. But he had called me, asked me on a date. And then like a week after that, when I tell you it was some other MFers from my past who popped up just randomly. Would have never thought I'd ever speak to either one of these people, because it was two. Either one of these people ever again. And they both popped up and I'm like, okay, well, oh Lord, well, what are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me something? And so then I was like, okay, well, maybe this is the Lord telling me this is not in my plan for you to do this alone. You know, see what's up, right? And I did. I gave fair chances, okay? But both was on some bullshit. One I ended up in a relationship with. And when I tell you guys, I told him my plans, my desires from the very first time we met back up. And we dated for a good 4 months or so before we made it official. And those whole 4 months, it was all about, we gonna get married, we gonna have kids, da, da, da. All the right things were said. Immediately when I accepted to be his girl officially, the goalpost moved. And when I say it was immediate that it changed, it was immediate, kind of like, got you. And every conversation after that point about children, about testing, about, really being intentional about having a child, it became, what's the rush? Let's just see how things go. Like, why we gotta force everything? Why we can't just, just chill and just let it happen? That wasn't that ain't never been what I've been talking about ever since we started dating. So I don't know where you got this whole we can wait from. The goalpost just moved. And that relationship, God swooped in and saved me from that. Okay. And then other people was playing in my face about babies. We gonna leave that alone. Okay, we're gonna leave that one alone. But yes, so again, I came back to, this is what I gotta do for me. This is what I have to do to be fulfilled in my life. Yes, do I get lonely? Do I want to cuddle? Do I want to spoon with somebody? Do I want to back the booty up with somebody on the bed? Yeah, I do. But I want this more for my life, and the clock is ticking. This is what men don't realize. Even in my 30s, I say all the time that I regret. I was in a relationship then in my 30s from age 32 to 37. I was in a relationship with somebody. And again, that goalpost kept moving. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's just see how things go. Let's just go with the flow. Like, well, it's easy for you to say that, sir, but I have a clock that is ticking. So I wasted a lot of my 30s just waiting around for somebody else to be ready, and he never was. So I can't do that anymore. No, no, no. So, yes, would I like to date? Would I like to, razzle dazzle with somebody? Of course. Of course. But I have bigger goals, bigger things that I want to accomplish when it comes to my family building and family planning. Now, I also do believe, and I've seen a couple people, not who've gone the donor route per se, but who have had children and are single, that say, they feel like dating now is actually a little bit easier. And I feel like that will be the case for me. I feel like the pressure will be off. I won't be looking at somebody to be like, are you ready to have kids? It will be just, you got yours, I got mine. You don't want no more, that's cool, because I got mine. I got a couple more in the freezer. Like, there's no pressure. So now, whereas before I would be like, I'm not dating a man with kids. I'm 40. Let's be real. That's just not realistic at this point in my life. But blended family is what I see. If I see myself connecting and linking with a man in my future, it would be a blended family situation and somebody who I know could love and accept my child as their own. Now, I have been asked, like, okay, so what if you have a kid and you're with somebody and they decide that they want to adopt your child? In their heart and in their mind, they absolutely can. And I would love that. On paper, absolutely not. No, no, I'm not spending all this money. Okay. And going through all these bodily changes and things like that for me to birth a baby and be single on my own and doing yet another thing on my own for a man to come in and then sign it off. No, sorry. No. But in your heart and in your mind, I would hope so. I would hope that a man would be willing to accept my kid, me and my kid, for who we are and, be that person. But you also got to protect your kids. You can't just be bringing anybody around your kids. So dating for maybe the next few years is going to look very, very bleak for me. Oh, well, that's okay. I always say that I'll have a little maintenance man. I'll have a nanny and a maintenance man to come over and just do what he got to do and go, huh? Because that's really all I need. Just come over and do what you got to do, and then you can exit. You know that will have to be fulfilled. So we'll have to figure that one out. But as far as like being in relationship, I'm not that pressed. So that's that. What else is there in my notes? I feel like I've touched on most of my why. Talked about blended family being my goals. Meet someone, adoption. Okay, yeah. So pretty much, yeah, that is how I came to the decision to do this. So I had picked out a donor, which I will in another video talk about the donor selection process. But I had picked out a donor 2 years ago, and then that donor is no longer producing sperm. So then I found another donor, and I haven't looked in a while to make sure that that donor is still there. But from what I learned today, I need to get on that as far as like buying the vials and things like that for them to start storing them and keeping them. And yeah, again, it's a whole process. It's a whole long journey. So it's not going to be anytime soon that you will see me with a bump, maybe a burger bump, but not a baby bump. Okay. So yeah. So I just feel like documenting this is therapeutic for me. I think it would be great for me to show my child someday. And it could be helping somebody else out there who's considering it or thinking about it or feeling guilty about it or not sure about whether or not this is a good choice for them. It may or may not be, but if this can help you, I'm glad that I made this video, right? So I feel in my heart that it is for me, and who knows, again, it's all in God's plan. So I could walk out of here today. I'm going to go to the store. I could go to the farmer's market today and see a fine specimen of a man in the produce section, and he ended up being my husband. You never know. But it doesn't really seem like that's going to realistically happen. So I just have to stick with my plan and not divert from my plan. I don't care who come talking all good this time. I'm not falling for it. And, stick to my guns. Stand on business about what it is that I want to do for me and my family. And get my puppy. And it'll be me, my dog, and my baby. And we're going to be good. Okay? So, thank you guys for listening to this video. I hope that you have a better, clear understanding of where I'm coming from and why I want to do this. And if you don't, that's okay. I don't care because it's a go and it's something that I'm going to continue to explore. And I just need like 500,000 by Friday. So, if anybody got it, just kidding. But thank y'all for listening, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. He getting me what I'm looking for. I gotta tell everybody. I don't wanna keep it on the low. Goddamn.